channel. All right, thanks for staying with us, and welcome back to find out where we give you the best and nothing but the best of every sporting event. You know what time it is? It's the Ambassador o'clock, and once you see my face displayed on the screen, you know it's time for me to update you on the current form, the performance, the goals, and the assists of our Super Eagles player in their respective club side. Welcome back to another wonderful episode of Niger Corner. My name is Charles. I remain your humble host and your ambassador. Trust me, this week interesting, intriguing, and full of spices. A lot of good performance coming from both the male and the female side. I think I have to give it all to the female side. But before I go into talking about the male side, I would love to start with the female on this one because trust me, those girls really, really make me proud this week. First and foremost, I would like to say a very big congratulations to keep away the deliver, Cynthia Chiamaka Onadozie. Her magical save, acrobatic save, won the Barclays WSL save of the month against Liverpool. That save was astonishing. You know, this is why you get to see, you get to talk about the capacity of what this girl can bring to the table. No wonder she's winning the African Women Best Goalkeeper of the season, back to back to back to back. Trust me, Cynthia Onadozie is that one keeper that is making us a solid one out there, giving us good performance. And as if that was not enough, fast forward to the weekend, she was another major part of the 1-0 victory against his own sister Rufiat in Muran, where they win London City Lioness 1-0. Clean sheet for Cynthia Chiamaka Onadozie. Another wonderful performance over the weekend again. And I think this girl is one solid goalkeeper when it comes to the Super Falcon side. She has given a lot, and even to the club side, you can see what she's doing with Brighton right now. I think she's giving them the most of performance she can give, giving them a lot of sales and all that. So big ups to Cynthia Chiamaka Onadozie on that one. And then another girl I want to talk about has to be Tony Payne for Everton. Wonderful team for Tony Payne. She registered the only assist that secured a 1-0 victory against Chelsea female. And you get to wonder why the Super Falcon football is in good hands. Trust me, those girls have stepped up their game. They are giving us a lot and a lot of performance. You know, Tony Payne's ability can never be in question. She's that one girl that been giving us a lot of performance from the Super Falcons to the club side week in week out. Big ups to Tony Payne on that one. And then Francisca Odega is back in action after a long time. I think it's good to finally have her back on the pitch, giving us another wonderful performance as their club win 2-0. And in that game, not only Francisca Odega was in that game, we get to see her own sister Ashley Promptly, the Nigerian Weibo, our Weibo Pepe, we always talk about. She cannot stop giving us good performance. She played 90 minutes with 3 tackles and 2 clearance. Wonderful one for Ashley Promptly. And then Francisca Odega played 61 minutes with 1 goal and 3 chances created. Back in action, like I said, Odega is registering another wonderful goal for us once again. I think the girls has done us a solid one on that. Let's go quickly into the guys aspect. Trust me, this week was full of good performance, like I said, astonishing performance, like I said, and those guys made us proud. And if I want to start this list now, trust me, I won't start with any other person else apart from Victor Osimhen. You know, I sometimes I say make I not talk about Victor Osimhen again, but I can't stop talking about Victor Osimhen because when it comes to good performance, something to talk about, Victor Osimhen is always one person that is always topping my radar when it comes to good performance. We saw him over the week where he registered a wonderful 2 solid goals that secured a 3-2 victory for them for Galatasaray. We saw the acrobatic goal from Victor Osimhen, and you get to question why he's that good. Trust me, Victor Osimhen is that wonderful player that is giving us something to talk about from the countryside to the club side. He has always been solid. He was injured for almost a month and then he came back. And then this is the kind of performance he's giving us. Wonderful performance, 2 goals, coming back from injury. How best can you be? Wonderful thing for Victor Osimhen, our star boy. And I have to give it up to Anthony Dennis on this one. He registered a wonderful goal against Trabzonspor, but I think the Paul Onuachu side came on top victory with a 2-1. But I think Anthony Dennis is one player that we ought to watch out for this season. He played 90 minutes with 1 goal and 7 goals won. Big ups to Anthony Dennis. And Paul Onuachu also was massively involved in that game. He played 90 minutes. He didn't score this weekend, but he has 4 shots, 4 good, solid shots from Paul Onuachu. I think this is why we want. He's inclusive. in the Super Eagles list. I will not be surprised if he make it to the Super Eagles this time around because Paul Onachu is that lanky striker that is giving defender headache in the Turkish league right now. And then another player that stole my heart this week has to be Larry Kayode. I've talked about Larry Kayode on several occasions. Trust me, this guy is doing the most out there. Larry Kayode with 2 goals and 1 assist created in 84 minutes. They won 4 goals to one. Larry Kayode is one good player that you ought to see. He played for Erokspor and they registered a 4-1 victory against Sakayaspor. Wonderful outing for Larry Kayode. We ought to be seeing this kind of thing week in, week out. Another player that is inclusive in the Super Eagles list has still a reaction in the social media, and I begin to question his ability. But trust me, this guy has come to prove me wrong. Philip Otele. I've talked about him on several occasions, but Philip Otele is giving me more reason to talk about him. 7 goals so far this season, and this weekend again he registered another wonderful goal with 90 minutes played. Wonderful outing for Philip Otele. I will not be surprised, like I said the other time, I will not be surprised if I see Philip Otele making the final Super Eagles list to take us through the AFCON tournament because Philip Otele is one player that is giving us a good performance out there, good goals, good dribbles and all that. Philip Otele is one player that we ought to watch out for this season. At this time, I can make a case for all these young players. Trust me, they are giving us magical numbers out there. I don't mind putting Moses Simon on the bench or not even calling him and take Philip Otele to that AFCON. Wonderful, I think, for Philip Otele. Then another player that has been solid, and we saw his inclusive also in the Super Eagles list, and I will not be surprised also if I get to see him in the final list of the Super Eagles, has to be Ryan Alebiosu. Good performance, wonderful outing for Ryan Alebiosu. He played 90 minutes with 2 tackles and 2 chances created for a defender. I think he's doing the most out there. Big up to Ryan Alebiosu. It was a 1-1 draw against Ipswich to an Ryan Alebiosu give us a wonderful performance to cheer up for. And then, I've always talked about the importance of Samuel Chukwueze in his recent form. For the first time, I saw Pep Guardiola heart in his mouth. I think he had his heart in his mouth throughout the game. Uh, Samuel Chukwueze was a nightmare for Man City in the midweek. He gave them a run for their money. He came off the bench and then gave them a 2 solid goal. They almost draw that game 5-5, but Man City edged them with a 5 goals to 4. But I think Samuel Chukwueze form is something we need to talk about. I think the AFCON form is rubbing on Samuel Chukwueze, and we want to be seeing this kind of thing week in, week out. Stay fit, give us reason to talk about you, give us good performance, give us good goals so that we know that when we are going to the AFCON, we are in good hands. Nobody say we go there now, can't they see different performance? Reciprocate the same energy you are reciprocating in Fulham. Bring it to the Super Eagles and give us a solid one. It was so sad that fast forward to the weekend, they lost the game against Crystal Palace 2 goals to 1. But I think that Nigeria boys is doing the most out there. And you can talk about the Fulham defense without talking about Kevin Bassey. Week in, week out, you saw him with the Fulham jersey, marshalling that defense, staying solid in that defense. He has been giving us good performance. I think he's one of the best defender we have in the Super Eagles right now. Kevin Bassey is one good player that's giving us a solid one out there. And then Alex Iwobi, important, can never be overemphasized. We know what this guy can bring to the table. Yeah, he's doing it in Fulham and he has done it in the Super Eagles, and he will continue to do it wherever he get the chance, whether in the Super Eagles or whether in the Fulham side. But Alex Iwobi is that one key player that we ought to watch out for. And then before I wrap up, another player that stole my heart this week has to be Ibrahim Olawonyi. Big ups to Ibrahim Olawonyi. He was astonishing over the week. We saw his exploit. He registered 1 goal for his club over the weekend. I think he played for Razaspor and they registered 1-0 against Pendiscos. Omo, this name no be here, but I go try the chop and small sha. Yes, big ups to Ibrahim Olawonyi. He played 58 minutes with 1 goal and 0 assists. Big ups to Ibrahim Olawonyi. I think our Nigerian boys are really making us proud out there, and this is going to be a big headache for Eric Shikawushe because most of those players I talk about are on the preliminary list that is going to be trimmed down, and this is where you get to select the best out of the best. But I've done my job. I've come to update you guys on the current form, the performance, the goals, and the assists of our Super Eagles player. It's left for the coach of the Super Eagles to select the best out of the best. Like I said, guys, they don't give me time. Say my time don't do. I think you agree with me that the Nigerian players has really made us proud out there. Those who feel that should be on this list, they are not on the list. Please do well to let me know in the comment section. And those where they this where if you say don't supposed to do this list, still let me know in the comment section. That's my time. See you guys.